Welcome back to Houston on Marlins on Deck. Marlins tonight looking to bounce back after dropping last night's series opener here 7-5. Marlins now 2-2 in this 9-game road trip. 3-game series in Colorado this weekend. Among the bright spots for the Marlins here last night, a pair of singles in his first 2 at-bats for Chris Coghlan. Coghlan was hitless in 19 ABs. He was 1 for his last 31, just 5 for 46 overall to start the year before he singled against Brett Myers in both of the first 2 innings here last night. He finished 2 for 4, hopefully the start of the rebound everybody's been anticipating from Chris. And Jorge Cantu ran his hitting streak to 14 in a row to start this season and 18 straight since the end of last year, the longest by a Marlin since Kevin Millar hit in 25 consecutive games back in 2002. Cantu's streak the longest ever by a Marlin to begin a season, and it's now tied for the 7th longest overall in Marlins history, the club record, Luis Castillo's 35-game tear back in 2002. Now tonight's
Bennett's Matsui, Quintero, and Norris. Kaz Matsui gets the start at second base tonight. He'll bat 7th, hitting 8th, and catching Humberto Quintero. Pitching and batting 9th, right-hander Bud Norris. The Astros are out on the field, and Bud Norris is warming up, Jeff.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. The Marlins have yet to win a series opener this season. They hope history repeats itself, though, from this point on in this series. Last night, a 7-5 loss to the Astros in Game 1 of this series, but after dropping each of their first 5 series openers this season, they've come back to win 3 series and earn a split in the 4th. So they'd like to win back-to-back games here in Houston and get out of town with yet another series victory. To do that, they're going to have to beat the right-hander Bud Norris here tonight. Norris, who we saw twice when he first got called up to the major leagues down the stretch last season. The Marlins had a lot of success against this right-hander. He's making his 3rd start of this season. He comes in with a win, a loss, and a 3.52 ERA. He lost to the Phillies, got knocked around his first time out, but pitched much better in his 2nd start Thursday in St. Louis. Allowed just 1 unearned run on 4 hits over 5 innings to beat the Cardinals. So Bud Norris for the hometown Astros. Josh Johnson goes for the Marlins tonight. JJ looking to put together back-to-back strong starts. He picked up a win his last time out against the Reds. And the Marlins.
Chris Coghlan. Coghlan had hits in his first 2 at-bats last night. Went 2 for 4 on the night. Chris ended a 1 for 31. The pitch is low and outside. No, caught the outside edge. Called strike. 1-1. Hanley on deck. Sixth round pick in 06, Bud Norris. There's a called strike. His given name, David Stepan Norris. And we told the story last year. It's worth repeating. Family went into a local establishment for some adult refreshment. Took the 3-year-old Norris in there with him. Here's a high pop-up. Third base side, home plate area, foul territory. And the catcher, Quintero, with the play, and Coghlan is out. 2 down. So they're going around the table taking orders, and of course they went right on by the 3-year-old, but he spoke up anyway. He said, "I'll have a Bud." Well, the nickname stuck, and he's still Bud. Given name David Stepan, but he goes by Bud Norris and has since he was 3 years old. Here's Hanley batting 327. Has hit in 10 of the 14 Marlins games. Right-hand hitting shortstop, has maintained a very good on-base percentage, a good slugging percentage again. The numbers are all there for Hanley. Nothing spectacular yet from Hanley. Just steady, good play. So 327 coming in. The pitch low and outside.
Dave, I guess it's a good thing you didn't order a Shirley Temple. Wouldn't be quite as imposing out on the mound. Shirley Temple Norris.
Shirley Norris.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same ring as Bud.
Bud sounds like a ball player.
For a major league player,
yep.
Right. 2 outs, nobody on. Hanley's hit 1 home run. He hit it in Game 2 of the season off John Maine. Here he bounces a ball up the middle, going to his right. Matsui cross the body throw to first in time to get Hanley. That's an outstanding play by Kaz Matsui, playing at second base tonight. And Hanley's out 4-3. The Marlins go 1-2-3 against Bud Norris. And the Astros are coming up. You're listening to the Marlins Radio Network. Well, the Astros will come to bat here against Josh Johnson, Michael Bourne, Jeff Keppinger, and Lance Berkman. Bourne batting .310, 13 hits in 42 at-bats for the 27-year-old speedster. Opened up last night's game drawing a walk from Chris Volstad, stole second and third, and scored the first Houston run on Berkman's groundout. Bourne stands in, lefty hitter. Marlins in at the corners. Gabby at about even with the bag at first, and Cantu in on the grass at third. And the first pitch, ball one from Josh Johnson. Big right-hander comes right back, misses down and in, ball two. Josh has made 3 starts, 1-1, and a 4.50 earned run average. Still trying to really get things headed in the right direction. The pitch and a called strike. I mean, it may be unfair to say this, but I think he's been okay, but not the Josh Johnson that we expect to see. Not the Josh Johnson that's capable of winning 15 games.
Oh, he acknowledged that, I would think. And,
yeah.
He really said last time out Friday against the Reds, the first time he felt like he got into a little bit of a rhythm on the mound. The first time he felt like the stuff was there for him this year.
2-2 to Bourne, and he missed inside ball 3. He's missing his spots here in the first inning, pitching to Michael Bourne.
And the last thing you want to do is walk Michael Bourne.
Yeah.
Then the Astros are off and running.
That's like a triple when you walk Bourne. Here's the pitch, low and in, ball 4. So this night begins as did last night. A walk to Michael Bourne. Here comes Jeff Keppinger. Pretty good with the bat, moves the ball around. They could create some havoc because of Bourne's speed and Keppinger's ability to spray the ball around. Defensively for the Marlins, we mentioned Gabby Sanchez at first, Dan Uggla, of course, at second, Hanley's at shortstop, Cantu at third, Baker behind the plate, Chris Coughlin's in left, Cameron Maybin in center, Cody Ross in right. Johnson sets, holds a little longer. Now quick move to first base, and Bourne is back. Over at first base, Bobby Meacham coaching there for Brad Mills, and at third base, Dave Clark. With Josh on the hill, the first base umpire, C.B. Buckner's got something to watch for, particularly with Bourne, the base runner. Josh checks over there. There goes Bourne. The pitch is inside. The throw down by Baker, not in time. Bourne steals the base. Michael Bourne with the stolen base, and last night he created havoc on the base paths and starts out tonight pretty much the same way. That's number 4 for Bourne. He is 4 out of 5 in stealing bases so far this season. Keppinger with a 1-0 count now. Now he's got a chance to drive in a run. And the pitch. And that missed inside. Or did it catch the corner? He caught the... Well, I couldn't tell what Kerwin Danley's sign was there. He brought that right arm up, but the scoreboard shows ball 2, so I'm going to guess it was ball 2. Josh looks back at Bourne. Remember last night he stole third base. There's a pitch and a called strike, and now it's 2-1. The outfield looking for Keppinger to spray the ball the other way. Coughlin's around in left center. Maybin shortens up and plays toward right center. And Cody Ross cheats a couple steps toward right center. Johnson looks back. Now he comes to the plate. Misses inside and falls behind 3-1 on Jeff Keppinger. Lance Berkman is on deck. You know, this Houston club losing its first 8 before winning, and now they won 4 of their last 5. Back in 1983, started out a season going 0-9 before they won a game. Johnson checks the runner, a second look, and Keppinger asks for time. It's one of the things that goes with being a number 2 hitter when you have a speedy runner on base. Number 2 hitter has to show great patience at the plate because of the attention the pitcher's going to pay to that base runner. Josh steps up and looks Bourne back at second base. So anyway, they started out 1983 0-9. They finished up that season 85-77. So you can rebound from a bad start, and the Astros showing every signs of doing that. Hanley comes in behind the runner. Josh comes off the rubber, does not throw. That 83 team was managed by Bob Lillis. Three and one, the count on Keppinger. The pitch, and it caught the inside corner. A called strike, and it's 3-2. Keppinger, a terrific start, batting .342, 13 hits, 38 at bats. He's knocked in 5. He was 0 for 3 last night, but he had a big bunt in the 7th inning of the game. Sack bunt. Here's the pitch. Keppinger swings, lifts a fly ball to right. Cody goes back. He's under it, has it. Tagging is Bourne. Cody throws on. It's cut off, and then relayed to third base, but Bourne was already there. Keppinger out on a fly ball to right, and that sets things up for Lance Berkman. No score here in the first inning, and Berkman, a switch hitter, playing in his second game. And fans who weren't in the ballpark to see him and greet him last night, some fans here tonight, they give him a nice round of applause and a nice cheer as he's introduced here. Berkman, who had knee surgery back during the spring. March 13th, they did a minor surgical repair job on his left knee. Here's the pitch. A swing, and Berkman puts the ball in play to third. Up with a Cantu, going to his left. Only one plays at first base. 1-0 Houston. Berkman again with a ground ball out. Knocks in a run, and the Astros have the lead. All because of the leadoff walk and the stolen base. Michael Bourne set things up. 1-0 Houston.
Same way it happened last night. Last night, Bourne the walk. He stole second. He actually stole third before Keppinger flew out to right field, just as he did tonight. Again, Berkman the ground out, scores the run.
Carlos Lee, the batter, takes low ball 1, off to a very slow start. A half a dozen hits in 52 at bats. And he has not driven in a run. There's a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Carlos Lee. Twelfth year in the big leagues now. Carlos Lee takes one up high. Started his major league career in 1999 with the Chicago White Sox. Had some very good years with Chicago. Went to Milwaukee for a season and a half. Went to Texas to finish up 06 after starting that year with Milwaukee. Here's the pitch. And it is hit foul out of play down the right field line. Now this is his 4th year in Houston. He has knocked in 100 runs or more every year he's worn the Astros uniform. And he's hit 26 home runs or more each season as an Astro. He takes low and ball 4, and Josh has walked another hitter. 2 walks in the first inning. Houston up 1-0 without a hit. The batter, Hunter Pence, their right fielder. Hunter Pence has struggled to start the year. 6 for 52. Make that 9 for 48. Beg pardon. It's still a slow start. That's a 188 batting average for Hunter Pence. There goes the runner. Carlos Lee slips and falls halfway down to second, trying to put the brakes on, and he's tagged out by Dan Uggla after Josh spun around and threw to Uggla, who was headed toward the bag at second. Lee put on the brakes, tried to go back, and Uggla made an easy tag play. It goes 1-4 for the third out. 1 run, no hits. Nobody left on base. Hunter Pence left at the plate. We played an inning. Houston's got a 1-0 lead on the Marlins Radio Network.
One nothing Astros as we head to the second inning in Houston tonight. Marlins went down very quickly, very quietly against Bud Norris in the first. So it'll be the cleanup man, Jorge Cantu, to start this second inning off. Cantu off to the terrific start. Norris the pitch on the way outside, ball 1. Jorge a good night last night. 2 for 4. Hit his 4th home run, drove in a pair of runs. There's a strike at the knees over the outside corner, 1-1 now. Jorge with that 14-game hitting streak to begin this season, an 18-gamer going back to the end of last year. The 1-1 from Norris, fouled back to the screen, had a good rib. He's off to a 3-0-4 start. Cantu with 17 hits and 56 bats. 10 of his 17 hits have gone for extra bases. 6 doubles, 4 home runs. 18 RBIs, tied with Matt Kemp of the Dodgers for most in all of baseball beginning play today. Now Norris, the 1-2 pitch, popped up shallow right. Out goes Berkman, the first baseman. Moves into foul ground and hugging the line makes the catch. It is a foul ball. Cantu out number 1 here in the second inning. So Norris has retired the first 4 in a row. Bud Norris made consecutive starts against the Marlins in August of last year. August 12th in Miami, August 18th here in Houston. He had a win and a loss, but he was hit hard in the 2 games. In 10 2/3 innings against the Marlins last year, he gave up 19 hits and 10 runs, 9 of them earned, 3 home runs. Dan Uggla watches off the plate outside in low ball 1. Uggla with one of those home runs off Norris. Hanley hit one, so did Jorge Cantu. 1 ball pitch to Uggla, swing and a miss. That was a fastball at 90 miles per hour from Norris. Now he can get it up to 97, 98, but he's at his best when he's around 92, 93 with that fastball. He also throws a slider and a changeup. He's got to locate that fastball to be successful. 1-1 pitch to Uggla, locates one outside, a little bit high. It's 2-1. Bud Norris last year made 10 starts and 11 appearances for the Astros in his big league debut. He went 6-3 with a 4.53 ERA. First Astros pitcher ever to win his first 3 starts. Misses up and away to Uggla again, and now it's 3-1. Dan was held hitless here last night, still though batting .321 to start the year, 18 out of 56, 4 doubles, 3 homers. He's knocked in 9. Good count to hit in, 3-1, but he takes outside ball 4. So the Marlins have their first base runner on the 1-out free pass issued to Dan Uggla.
He caught a break when he won that 3rd game because that was against the Marlins. He got hit hard, but Houston scored 14 runs.
Yeah. He didn't pitch very well. Allowed 10 hits and 5 runs in 5 innings in that ball game. 98 pitches in only 5 innings. But the Astros scored 5 off Ricky Nolasco in the first inning. They led 6-0 in the second. And the Astros broke it open with a huge 7-run 4th inning. Here's John Baker now. Left-handed batting catcher takes a strike. Baker had 2 hits last night. Another Marlin off to a very nice start. He's hitting .342 in his first 38 at-bats. 3 doubles, 6 RBIs. A hit in 8 out of 10. Ronnie Paulino continues to progress. Remember, he had that tightness in the quad. Was scratched from his start Sunday in Philadelphia. Baker drives one foul down the left field line up into the seats. And Paulino normally wouldn't start any of these 3 games against the Astros. 3 consecutive right-handed pitchers on the mound. So Baker would generally start all these games. If the Marlins need Paulino in a pinch, he could pinch hit. They'd like to keep him out from behind the plate for now, though the plan is for him to go down to the bullpen during this game. Maybe warm up some pitchers and test that quad out a little bit. Uggla at first, went out in the second. The Marlins down 1-0. Norris, the 0-2 pitch to Baker. Fastball in on the hands. He swings and misses. Second strikeout for Bud Norris. Second out here in the second inning. It'll be up to Cody Ross. Well, you can follow the Marlins on your iPhone, your iPod Touch, your BlackBerry, your Android phone with MLB.com at Bat 2010. It features play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit Marlins.com today on your iPhone, your iPod Touch, your Android, or your BlackBerry for more information. Cody's bat is quiet. It had a good series at home against the Reds. Has had a very quiet road trip so far. First pitch is low for a ball. Cody was 7 out of 18 in that 4-game series with Cincinnati. But in Philadelphia and Houston so far, just 2 for 16 to start this trip. Marlins took 2 out of 3 from the Phillies over the weekend. They lost the first of 3 here in Houston last night. 1 more here tomorrow night before we go to Colorado for the weekend. 3 against the Rockies. Toss to first, chasing Uggla back to the bag. Cody overall hitting a .263, 15 out of 57. 1 home run so far, 8 RBIs. The 1-ball pitch from Norris, chopped foul toward the on-deck man, Gabby Sanchez. The Astros defensively have Lance Berkman at first base. Kaz Matsui starts at second tonight with Jeff Keppinger, who played second last night, playing short in this one. Pedro Feliz is the third baseman. The outfield left to right, deep against Ross. Carlos Lee, Michael Bourne, and Hunter Pence. Humberto Quintero gets a start behind the dish in this one. Norris holds near the letters, throws the 1-1, and Cody slaps one foul off to the right. That went up into the upper deck along the first base side here at Minute Maid Park. Had a crowd just in excess of 24,000 last night. Looks like something more or less comparable here tonight. Another great night in Houston. 75 degrees, the game time temperature here. Blue skies overhead, lights are on as the sun begins to set. Astros got a run in the first, lead 1-0 here in the second. Again, a throw over to first base, chasing Dan Uggla back to the bag.
I've been watching the gun here on Bud Norris. He's capable of pitching in the mid-90s or even higher. He's been clocked up to 97 miles per hour.
Haven't seen it yet, though, have we? Pitch fouled off.
No, 93's been his best so far here early. That was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball that Cody just fouled off. But most fastballs that he's thrown so far have been at 90, 91.
He's thrown 28 pitches in this one with 2 outs here in the second inning. Norris was an 8-0 loser to the Phillies in his debut April 9th. Beat the Cardinals 5-1 in St. Louis last Thursday. Allowed an unearned run on 4 hits over 5 innings. Struck out a career-high 9 in that start against the Cardinals. Again, a throw to first. He's very concerned about Dan Uggla. Dan back standing.
And more than he should be with 2 outs early in the game here. Should come right after Cody Ross. Well, he has. He's ahead on the count.
Uggla 2 stolen bases last year, never more than 6 in a big league season. 1-2 pitch to Cody, swing and a miss. Ross is down on strikes. That's all for the Marlins in the second inning. Couple of strikeouts for Bud Norris, picking up where he left off in that last start Thursday against the Cardinals. No runs, a walk, 1 man left. Midway through the second in Houston tonight, the Astros have a 1-0 lead on the Marlins radio network. The sun going down, lights taking effect here in Houston as we head to the bottom of the third. The Astros a 1-0 lead on the Marlins tonight. Josh Johnson set down the side 1-2-3 in the second. Couple of ground ball outs and a strikeout. Just what you like to see from Josh. He'll face the number 8 man, Humberto Quintero, to begin the third for the Astros, and his first pitch is in there for a strike. Quintero just 3 for 18 to begin this season. And on 0-1, he takes a fastball outside and low. These Astros collectively, even after a season-high 7 runs on a total of 9 hits here last night, batting just .220 as a team, worst in baseball. On the 1-1, Quintero loops one out toward right. It's going to get in for a base hit. Dropped it in front of Cody Ross, and Quintero, who doesn't have an extra base hit or an RBI yet this year, has his 4th hit in 19 at-bats as he makes the 7th start here tonight. Here's the pitcher, Bud Norris, now. He'll most likely be asked to drop a bunt down, try to push Quintero into scoring position. So the Astros hitting just .220 as a team. Through 13 games, they've scored a total of 35 runs. An average of fewer than 3 runs per game. Only 4 home runs. Only 15 walks into this one tonight, but a couple of walks in the first inning. Norris squares around to bunt, takes inside for a ball. Just a .299 slugging percentage. Just a .249 OBP for this Astros team. And I do want to correct one thing I said. With their 9 hits last night, they boosted their team average 5 points. They now have a better team average than the Cleveland Indians. In the American League, the Indians are just at .214 collectively. Norris squares on 1-0. Cantu charging, bunts it back off to the first base side of the mound. JJ has it. Has to get out of Gabby's way, or Gabby gets out of his way. Toss to first for the out. The sacrifice goes 1-4. So Norris gets the job done. His first sack bunt of the year. Quintero to second, and here comes Michael Bourne. Bourne is hitless in his last 9 at-bats. But the Marlins have walked him 3 times in this series already. Twice last night. And once here leading off the first inning tonight. Stole second, scored the game's only run. Left-handed batter Bourne. Houston, born and bred. Played at the University of Houston. Pitch on the way from Johnson. Line foul out of plate on the left field line. 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Bourne was way late. Bourne had gotten off to a hot start. He had safely 8 out of his first 9 before this recent 0 for 9. He swung the bat real well against the Marlins last year. 7 games against Florida. He hit .345, and he stole 7 bases in 7 tries in those 7 games. So in his last 9 games now against the Marlins, including tonight, 10 for 10 in the stolen base department. Got to keep him off base. JJ's long hold. Now the 0-1. Ground ball on the right side. Gabby has it pop out of his glove. Picks it back up. Throws to Johnson. Covering. Got him at first on a close play. Gabby ranging to his right. Had it in his glove. Popped out. Hurried after it. JJ got to the bag quickly, and with the speedy Bourne running, could not have had a much closer play at first base. But according to the first base umpire, C.B. Buckner, Bourne was out. That's a big out, the second out of the inning. The third base Quintero, Keppinger coming up. You get a look at a replay. What do you think?
Difficult to tell from the replay. It's not. Maybe this shot will show, and boy, oh boy, I don't know.
As close as it gets. Here's Jeff Keppinger. Takes down an in ball 1 from JJ. Start him off at 96.
When you look at stop action like that and it's hard to tell, then it's hard to blame CJ either way, isn't it?
Keppinger, a fly ball to right. His first time up, passes the man at third. 2 down, takes a strike over the outside corner. 1-1 now. Keppinger at .333 to start the year, 13 out of 39. Celebrating his 30th birthday today. Would like to celebrate with an RBI here. The 1-1 to him. Grounded slowly to second. Ugla fields cleanly. Throws to first. And JJ escapes the inning. The Astros leave a man at third base. We're through 3. Still 1-0 Houston on the Marlins Radio Network.
Attention, teachers.
Confident.
Oh, I gotta get this stylist's name.
Into the 4th inning, Bud Norris and the Astros have a 1-0 lead here. They scored their run in the 1st inning when Josh Johnson walked the first batter he faced tonight. Michael Bourne, who stole second, went to third on a fly ball to right, scored on Lance Berkman's ground ball. That's the only run of the game so far. The Marlins have had 1 base runner. Dan Ugla drew a walk in the 2nd. So Bud Norris has retired 9 out of 10. And he starts out the 4th facing Chris Coghlan, who fouled out to the catcher Quintero in the 1st inning. Hits tough to come by on both sides tonight. There's been 1 hit through the first 3 innings of the game. That was Quintero's bloop to right. There's a called strike on Chris Coghlan from Bud Norris. Looking for his 2nd win. This is his 3rd start. And the pitch. Coghlan swings, drives a ball high into the air, center field. Bourne back, turns just before the warning track and makes the catch. So the 4th inning begins where the 3rd inning ended for Bourne, going back on a ball. He had to go back to deep right center, caught the edge of the hill, going up in right center to Rob Maben. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Florida Marlins LP and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Florida Marlins LP. Here's Hanley, grounded out to second baseman Kaz Matsui in the 1st inning. And the pitch to the Marlins shortstop, and it's low ball 1. Kerwin Danley with the balls and strikes. C.B. Buckner at first, Doug Eddings at second, crew chief Dana DeMuth at third. The pitch low and outside. Marlins trying to find a way to get something going against this 25-year-old right-hander. Norris hits the sign from Quintero. The pitch. Hanley swings, pops it up. Right field going back. Matsui coming in. Pence tried to make the call, but Matsui stayed with it and made the catch. And it was Pence who...
I don't think Pence saw the ball. I think he lost it.
He finally gave way to Matsui because somewhere along the line when the ball was coming down, and again, it's that time of night, dusk, where it's tough to pick up the ball. Matsui had a better angle on it, and he stayed with it. And Pence coming in couldn't make the play. But anyway, Hanley's out, pops it up to Matsui. 2 down, Cantu, the batter. Fouled out to the first baseman, Berkman, his first time up. The left fielder is deep. Carlos Lee is 3 steps from the warning track. The pitch, and it's low, ball 1 to Cantu. Jorge's dad is here to see him play. A cousin, his brother's coming in for tomorrow's game. There's a pitch and a called strike. Other family members and friends from Mexico and from McAllen, Texas. He's got his own cheering section here. The pitch, and it's in there. 2-1 the count. Jorge, who has hit safely in all 14 Marlins games, 18 going back to last year, swings here, lifts a fly ball to right center, closing the gap. Bourne, he's got it. 3 up, 3 down again. The Marlins are hitless through 4 against Bud Norris and trail 1-0 midway in the 4th on the Marlins radio network. Bottom of the 4th, the Astros will have Lance Berkman to lead it off. We're going to pause before Josh makes his first pitch of this 4th inning for station identification on the Marlins radio network.
You're listening to Marlins Baseball on WAXY South Miami. This is your Marlins station, 790 The Ticket, a Lincoln Financial Group station.
Lance Berkman up here, bounced out to third in the first inning, and on that slow bouncer to third, Michael Bourne scored from third base, and that's the run so far in the game. Astros up 1-0. They have 1 hit. The Marlins do not have a hit through 4. Berkman, a switch hitter, stands in. Here's the pitch. He checks his swing. They appeal at third. Dana DeMuth ruled that he did not go around. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Carlos Lee to follow, and then Hunter Pence. We'll see if Josh can continue now. He struggled with his command in the first inning. There's a ball bounced foul up to the right side, then settled into a pretty good groove here the last couple of innings. 1-2 the count on Berkman. Marlins have a Fiesta Friday coming up April 30th, 7:10. Los Marlins face the Nationals. The annual Bark at the Park night. Bring the dogs to the game. Have a big night and a good time. Here's the 1-2, fouled off at the plate. Fans, you can play Billy Bingo that night, April 30th, a chance to win a Marlins military cap courtesy of Geico. You get your tickets at marlins.com or 1-877-MARLINS. Berkman back in there. And the pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go and appeal? Yes, said the third base umpire Dana DeMuth this time. So Berkman is down on strikes, and it is strikeout number 2 for Josh Johnson, who tonight looks for his 2nd win. Carlos Lee walked his first time up. Well, looking at Berkman's number, Berkman's sitting on 313 home runs in his career. His next home run will tie him with Reggie Smith, 5th on the all-time switch hit list. Well, fortunately, if the Marlins are fortunate, I should say, that'll happen sometime after the Marlins are out of town. John Baker wants to go out and talk briefly with Josh Johnson as he dealt ball 1. Carlos Lee, he's hit 307 career home runs. He's got over 1,100 career RBIs. Berkman, of course, at 313, he's got over 1,000 career RBIs. These are the bats that the Astros look to produce the runs, the big runs. Pitch outside, ball 2, 2-1. Josh's pitch there, that fastball away from Lee at 96 miles an hour. The pitch, Lee swings on a pitch and lifts it high into the air to straightaway center, and Maben is there to make the catch. And that's 2 down. Hunter Pence coming up. Today's Preferred Care Partners tip of the day is use music to keep you entertained so that your exercise is efficient. I thought everybody will make note of that. I think everybody does that, don't they? I mean, everybody you see on a treadmill, the stairs, whatever, working out, running, you go look outside, see the people that are running to get their workouts in, they've all got the earbuds in.
It's the only way to do it.
The pitch fouled off by Hunter Pence. Strike one. 2 down here in the fourth. 1-0 Houston. You know, talking to Freddie about last night's game and then just some managerial things in general. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Pence hits this on the ground. Cantu goes to his left, gets it, throws high, but Gabby gets it, gets down on the bag. Pence is out. And I get back to that thought about managing against a team right now like the Astros. Nothing across for Houston. They lead 1-0 through 4 on the Marlins radio network. On to the 5th inning. Dan Uggla will be coming up for the Marlins, who trail 1-0 here, and they go up against Bud Norris. Baker Concrete Super Saturday coming up May 1st. Post-game concert with Willie Chirino right after the fireworks display, all presented by Badia Spices. It'll be the Marlins and the Nationals in a 7:10 start. Saturday, May 1st. Fans will get Marlins Thunder Sticks, too. 1-877-MARLINS or marlins.com for your tickets. And Uggla stands in. He walked his first time, takes a pitch low, ball one. The point I was going to make, and Glenn, you were there when Freddie was talking about how to handle the Astros lineup and what choices a manager has and when to walk somebody if a base is open, when to pitch somebody, when you have to pitch to somebody. And a point that he brought up is that you don't make a decision based on Hunter Pence's 188 batting average. Here's the pitch, and that's low and a ball. You make your decisions based on what Hunter Pence's track record shows he's done. He's a 289 hitter.
With
you
25 home runs both.
Exactly. You don't make a decision pitching to Carlos Lee based on a 115 batting average with no homers and no RBIs. You make the decision on the Carlos Lee who hit 300 and drove in 102 runs. And you have to manage like that because at any moment, these players with that kind of a track record, they're going to break out. Here's the pitch, and it's inside and the ball. 3-2 the count on Dan Uggla. The pitch from Norris. Broken bat and a bounding ball. Diving for it. Keppinger can't make a play. Uggla's got an infield hit. Actually, when Keppinger dove to his left, he landed on the outfield grass, but it goes as an infield hit for Dan Uggla, and that is the Marlins' first hit. So Norris will not pitch a no-hitter tonight. Uggla's been on twice, and he is the only Marlin to reach base. John Baker struck out his first time up. We'll see what Bake can do. Now 3 for 6 lifetime against Bud Norris. Maybe Bake can make something happen here. Bake here at the start of the year, batting .333. The left-hand hitting catcher. Double play depth on the infield for the Astros. The pitch, and that's low and a ball. Berkman holds the runner at first. Keppinger and Matsui, the middle infielders, at double play depth. Feliz off the line and back a little bit at third base. Now he has moved in. Let's see if he stays in. Comes in, does a little groundskeeping with the spikes. Now he backs up. And a throw to first base, and Dan Uggla's back safely. 1 run, 1 hit for the Astros. No runs, 1 hit for the Marlins. Uggla gets a look. Here's the pitch to Baker. Low and outside. Ball 2 to John. Norris not wanting to throw Baker a fastball and threw that slider down and away. Houston in the home whites, a pinstripe uniform trimmed in black and gold tonight. Here's the pitch, and that's low. Black caps. They've got black lettering and numerals on the uniform with gold piping outlining the letters and numbers. 3-0 the count on John Baker. Marlins in the road gray pants and the black tops. Here's the pitch, and that sailed high. And Baker's on with a 4-pitch walk. Second walk issued by Norris. Marlins have 2 on for the first time in the game. And Cody Ross coming up. Now they need Cody to break out. He struck out his first time up, and he's 2 for his last 16 over 5 games. Marlins baseball brought to you in part by Jiffy Lube, where right now you can save $10 on a Jiffy Lube signature service oil change every Tuesday at your nearest participating Jiffy Lube. No coupons necessary. Can't be combined with any other offer or discount. Jiffy Lube is the official oil change of the Florida Marlins. Bake steps off the lead at first. Dan Uggla off second base. And Cody's in there. The pitch to Ross. And it's low and a ball. 1-0. See if Cody gets a pitch, and if he does, if he can do something with it. Norris checks the lead runner. Looks back a second time. Now comes to the plate. Cody takes a strike. 93-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone. Almost surprised to see Cody take that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Cody swings, fouls the ball straight back. He got another fastball, this one at 94. Had a good rip at it, but fouled it straight back. So he just missed that. He was on it. Got under it. And number 12 will get back in. Taps the plate once with the bat. He's ready, so is Norris. The pitch. Cody swings, hits it foul, caught the netting behind the plate, and drops down into the Houston dugout down to our right. Minute Maid Ballpark right here in downtown Houston. Opened up in 2000. Terrific facility. Those Crawford seats, a nice porch for Cody. Here's the pitch. He chased the pitch down and away and went down on strikes. Well, he'll talk to himself. Bud Norris took something off the pitch, threw it down and away, and struck out an over-aggressive Cody Ross. That's 5 strikeouts now for Bud Norris, and that's the first out of this inning. And Gabby Sanchez will bat. And Norris now sees his way out. Josh Johnson comes out of the on-deck circle. Gabby is 0 for 1 with a ground ball to third in the third. The pitch is low and a ball. It's a pretty good target for the strong right-hand hitters, the Crawford boxes, even though there's a high wall out there that accommodates the out-of-town scoreboard. That's an inviting target for right-hand batters. Here's the pitch. A swing, and Gabby hits this ball high into the air. This is out toward left field. It's going to be off the scoreboard. Coming around third, Dan Uggla. He's going to score. Throw to third. Not in time to get Baker. He just did get in there as Uggla was crossing the plate. And down to second on the play, Gabby Sanchez. And the Marlins have tied this game up at 1.
Well, Gabby's done that several times this year. You mentioned Norris had a way out of this inning if he could get Sanchez with the pitcher on deck. But time and time again, with 2 outs or in key 1-out situations like that, with a rally going and a pitcher coming up, Gabby's gotten some big hits for this team. That's a very big one to finally get the Marlins on the scoreboard.
It's a single and an RBI, second on the throw for Gabby. I was wondering about that. Here's the infield playing in, and Josh Johnson with a squeeze on, and this is going to get a run in for the Marlins, I believe. Yes, it will. Scoring from third base, John Baker. Josh Johnson gets the squeeze bunt down, and the Marlins take a 2-1 lead. Last night with a safety squeeze, the Astros scored a big run. Tonight, the Marlins score a big run. First RBI for Josh Johnson. Gets the squeeze bunt down. 5-4 on the putout. Sanchez to third base on the play, and the Marlins take the lead 2-1. And here's Cameron Maben. Good execution by Josh. Got that bunt down toward third. The pitch called strike. Ugla coming hard. Baker, rather. Cameron in the first inning went down on strikes. In the third inning, flied out to center. That's a play that had Bourne back on the hill. The pitch, and it's low. In straightaway center field, you've got the warning track at field level. Then when the center fielder crosses the warning track, he hits grass again, and it's the grass at the base of the hill. Cameron gives it a ride. High into the air, right center. Bourne going back, looking up, and Bourne cannot get to it. Cameron flying around second, headed to third. He's knocked in the run. He's got a triple to right center. This is one the Gold Glove Michael Bourne could not come up with. And Cameron drives in a run with a long triple. 3-1 Marlins. Gabby Sanchez scoring from third base. Now Maben at third base, and Chris Coghlan, the batter. The Marlins have scored 3 to take a 3-1 lead. All 3 Marlins hits in this inning. And here's the pitch. And I think Cameron Maben bothered Norris a little bit, who threw a pitch almost past his catcher. Quintero had to drop to his knees to block it. Ball 1.
Well, this one's turned around in a hurry. Norris into this inning had retired 8 in a row, 12 out of 13 in the game. And just like that, the Marlins have pounced on him.
That's the first Marlins triple of the season. And to no surprise, it's Cameron Maben. Ball 2 to Chris Coghlan. Coghlan tonight has fouled out to the catcher Quintero, flied out to center field. Norris ready to go. His pitch. Coghlan takes. It's a strike. Another fastball from Norris. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chris. 7th batter of the inning for the Marlins. Gabby Sanchez knocked in a run. Josh Johnson, here's a ground ball into the hole at short. Backhanded by Keppinger. Long throw, pulls Berkman off the bag. Safe at first is Coghlan. Maben scores from third. The Marlins have a 4-run inning and a 4-1 lead here at Minute Maid. Good hustle by Coghlan. The ball being hit to the backhand gave Keppinger a difficult play, and he rushed the throw with Coghlan working hard to get down to first base as quickly as possible, and he threw wide of the bag, and Berkman dove for the ball coming off the bag. That's going to bring Hanley up. So now the Marlins have scored 4 runs in the inning on 3 hits, because that is scored as an error. It's a tough error, but it's an error. It's a throwing error by the shortstop, Keppinger. Here's Ramirez. Hanley's 0 for 2, a ground out and a pop-up, and he swings on the first pitch, pops it foul, back out of play to our right. Coghlan at first base. Jorge Cantu on deck. Hanley at the moment hitting .316. Norris throws quickly to first. Coghlan dove back to the bag. Just got his hand on the bag ahead of the tag by Berkman over there. First base coach Dave Collins over to take a look. Joe Espada coaches at third. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. That's low and outside to Hanley. That time a breaking ball for Ramirez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, this has to really look good to Josh Johnson because Josh has settled into a pretty good groove now for 3 straight innings after a tough start. There's a foul ball back. He didn't give up a hit in the first, but he gave up a run and a couple of walks. Got behind early 1-0, but he has straightened things out on the mound. Hanley fouling one off for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Norris to the plate. They pitch out. And Coglin's not going anywhere. That was a little bit of a surprise with Chris Coghlan.
Yeah, with Hanley at the plate especially. You don't want to take the bat out of Hanley's hand and get thrown out trying to steal it for Chris Coghlan here.
Yeah. Two and two coming up to Hanley. The pitch. Hanley swings, hits one foul way down the right field line. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Bud Norris, the Houston pitcher, up to 85 pitches.
This next one will be the 30th in this inning. It had been easy for him up until this 5th.
5th started out with Uggla's infield hit and a walk to John Baker, and that set the stage. There goes Coghlan. The pitch to Hanley. High fly ball, center field. Bourne going back, looking up. He's back at the base of the hill. Backpedals onto the hill and makes the catch. Hanley gave it a ride, but that's the 3rd out of the inning. The Marlins pick up 4 runs on 3 hits. Take advantage of an error. And they left 1 man on base. And now, midway in the 5th inning, the Marlins lead Houston 4-1. You're listening to the Marlins Radio Network. Bottom of the 5th, the Marlins have a 4-1 lead. Josh Johnson will face Pedro Feliz, Kaz Matsui, and Humberto Quintero. 6, 7, and 8 in their order. Feliz struck out his first time up. Here's Josh's pitch, and Feliz hits a ground ball to the right side. Up with it, Gabby Sanchez waves off Johnson, who got over there to cover, and Feliz is out with 1 pitch here. Gabby unassisted to get the bottom of the 5th underway. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
This is where you want to see Josh Johnson do what Chris Volstad couldn't do last night. Put a 0 up after your team gets you some runs. Every time the Marlins scored, the Astros got a run back last night. They hung around all night. Don't let them do it here tonight.
You would hope. The pitch is low and a ball to Kaz Matsui. There's an afternoon game today in Toronto. Kansas City beat the Blue Jays 4-3 in 10 innings in front of a little over 15,000 at the Rogers Center. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matsui. Pitch and a ball hit foul out of play off to the left. The start at play today in the American League East. Yankees have a half-game lead now on Tampa Bay. Yankees at 10-3, Tampa Bay 10-4. Yanks have won 5 straight. They're out in Oakland tonight. Here's the 1-2 and a foul ball back. Minnesota's got a 3-game lead in the Central, and Oakland's got a 1-game lead in the West. In the National League, San Diego and San Francisco tied with an 8-6 record. St. Louis 9-5 leading the Central. Atlanta and Philadelphia tied at 8-5 to lead the East, with the Marlins a half back at 8-6. Our look at the standings brought to you by the Ace Underwriting Group Insurance for all of Florida, because Florida is all they insure. Here's a 2-2. And a little tapper, first base side. Coming over for it, Johnson picks it up, throws a laser about knee-high to Gabby, and he's got it for the out. 2 down here in the 5th, and Humberto Quintero will be the batter.
You mentioned those Phillies and Braves tied atop the East. Roy Halladay has a 5-hit shutout in Atlanta through 8 innings tonight. They're going to the 9th. It's 2-0 Phillies in that game. What do you think the chances are Halladay lets Charlie Manuel take him out of that game?
No, there'll be a fight on the mound.
Yes.
And my money's on Halladay, even though Charlie has really shaped up. Lost weight, is in great shape, and he's a scrapper.
My money's on Halladay, too.
I say Halladay stays. Here's the pitch to Quintero. It's up high and ball 1. He blooped a single into right his first time up.
Remember the meltdown the Braves bullpen had last night against the Phillies, and even what happened in Halladay's last start against the Marlins.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The Marlins with 4 in the 9th after Halladay left an 8-2 ball game. Things got pretty interesting. Halladay's not going to let that happen again tonight. He's going to go the distance, I'll bet you. He's at 101 pitches through 8.
The pitch, and it's looped foul down behind first base. Padres lead San Francisco 5-1, bottom of the 8th inning in San Diego. Colorado's at Washington. They are tied at 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Milwaukee leads Pittsburgh 7-0 at PNC Park. Just doesn't get any better for Pittsburgh, does it? They lose tonight, they're going to be at 500. 2-2 the count on Quintero, and the pitch missed inside and low. Cubs lead the Mets 3-1 at Citi Field. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dodgers lead at Cincinnati 9-4 in the top of the 6th. Jeff told you about Phillies in Atlanta. Quintero hits another one foul to the seats. Later on, St. Louis at Arizona. Texas and Boston at Fenway 7-7, bottom of the 7th. Boy, both those clubs can score some runs.
Both those clubs need some wins.
Here's a 3-2, and Quintero pulls one foul behind third. He's putting up a pretty good fight here. Minnesota leads Cleveland 3-0, top of the 5th at Target Field. Tampa Bay winning at Chicago 5-0, top of the 5th inning. Later, Detroit at Los Angeles against the Angels. The Yankees at Oakland. Baltimore at Seattle. Quintero lifts a high fly deep to left center, way back there toward the Marlins bullpen area, and the ball is going to be out of here. It's above the home run stripe. It's a home run for Quintero. Out to left center, run number 2 for Houston, and a 4-2 Marlins lead. Quintero's
not
first
so sure.
of the year.
Freddie's not so sure. He's coming out to talk about it now.
I wasn't so sure till I saw the umpire, Doug Eddings, go out and signal home run. And I thought initially that the ball was in play off the bottom part of the wall near the Marlins bullpen there, because Coughlin went up onto the wall. Did it hit above the stripe?
I think it's a home run. It looks like a fan reached out. Above that stripe, there are fans standing, and there's a fence that goes about shoulder high. I think a fan reached out over that fence, touched the ball, but it was clearly over the yellow line.
Yeah, so there's no fan interference there. It's a home run ball. Now 2 down. Quintero hits his first home run of the year. It's the second home run this season that Josh has allowed, and here comes a pinch hitter for Bud Norris. Yeah, the fan did reach over, but that's okay. Left-hand batter swings and grounds a ball to the right side. And this is picked up by Ugla, thrown to first base for the out. And the Marlins are able to breathe a sigh of relief here. They get through it with just that home run by Quintero and hold on to a 4-2 lead through 5 innings of play on the Marlins radio network.
Fans, this is your chance to lock.
Are into their bullpen. Right-hander Wilton Lopez comes on to take over for Bud Norris here in inning number 6. Norris leading for the pinch hitter Sullivan to end the 5th inning. Marlins leading this ball game tonight 4-2 on the strength of a 4-run 5th inning against Norris. Norris goes 5 in this one. Gives up 4 runs, 3 earned on 3 hits. He walked a couple, struck out 5. Through 86 pitches tonight, 49 of them for strikes. So the Marlins with 4 runs on 3 hits. The Astros 2 runs on 2 hits as we start inning number 6.
By the way, all the excitement in that 5th inning brought to you by Subway, home of the $5 footlong.
Here comes Jorge Cantu as the Marlins look for some excitement in the 6th inning against the right-hander Wilton Lopez, native of Nicaragua, claimed off waivers from the Padres April 10th a year ago. Originally signed with the Yankees out of Nicaragua. Jorge 0 for 2 in this one against Norris. Still looking for the hit that would extend his hitting streak to 15 straight to start this season and 19 in a row overall. Lopez's first pitch, up and away, ball 1. Wilton Lopez on for the 4th time, no record of 6.75 ERA. He's given up 3 runs on 7 hits in 4 innings of work. A walk and 3 strikeouts. The rock in the 1-0 pitch to Jorge, taken for a strike. Lopez made his big league debut with a couple of starts and 6 relief appearances for the Astros last year. 26 years old, 6 feet tall, 188 pounds. Fly ball, shallow center. In comes Bourne. We've seen him go back. Now we see him come in to make the play. Cantu's 0 for 3. Here's Dan Uggla, who's been on base both times with a walk and a strikeout. Talking about Jorge Cantu and that hitting streak at 18 games going back to the last 4 games of last season. There have only been 6 longer hitting streaks in Marlins history. The club record 35 games set by Luis Castillo in 02. The last hitting streak longer than Cantu's current run is actually the 2nd longest hitting streak in club history. A 25-gamer by Kevin Millar back in 02. Ball 1 misses to Uggla with John Baker on deck. Dan's been a hot hitter. And he grounds one to the left of the third baseman through a base hit into left field. So Dan's on base for the 3rd time. 2 singles and a walk. Marlins have 1 out base runner for Baker. So the other hitting streaks longer than the active 18-gamer for Cantu. 22-game hitting streaks by Luis Castillo again in '99. Edgar Renteria in 1996. Remember Greg Colburn? He had a 21-game hitting streak back in '96. And there's that man again, Luis Castillo, a 19-gamer in 2000. So Castillo with 3 of the 6 longest hitting streaks in Marlins history. Bake struck out in the 2nd. He walked and scored in that 4-run 5th. Off to a real nice start this season. Left-handed batter, slightly open stance. With Uggla at first and 1 out. Lopez's pitch is low, ball 1. As it stands, Josh Johnson's game to win, Bud Norris's game to lose. A lot of baseball still in front of us. The runs columns and the hit columns identical here. 4 runs for the Marlins, 2 runs for the Astros, 4 hits for the Marlins, 2 hits for the Astros. 1-0 pitch, ground ball up the middle to his left, the shortstop. Keppinger has it, steps on the bag for 1. On to first to complete the double play. A 6-3 twin killing to retire the Marlins in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We've played 5.5 in Houston. It's the Marlins 4 and the Astros 2 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Lauderdale Infinity, all new.
Doug Geffner, Dave Van Horn back at Minute Man Park in Houston, where the Marlins lead the Astros 4-2 tonight. They look to even this series up at a victory apiece after a 7-5 loss last night. The Ace Underwriting Group, Florida's insurance source, serving all of Florida, because Florida's all they insure. Whether it's auto, condo, business, or home, get great rates, great service from folks right here in Florida. Find out more by visiting underwriting.com. Top of the order for the Astros here in the last of the 6th against Josh Johnson. Michael Bourne will get things started. Keppinger and Berkman to follow. JJ through 5 has given up 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, and yes, 2 strikeouts. Pitch is down and in, ball 1 to Bourne. JJ just threw his 74th pitch to this point. 45 strikes, 29 balls for the right-hander. Cantu in tight at 3rd. The 1-0 pitch to Bourne. Fouled off to the left. A ball and a strike. Bourne last year not only led the league in stolen bases with 61, led the league in infield hits, led the league in bunt base hits. Cantu backs up a step or two after Bourne hadn't shown bunt on the first 2 pitches. Now the 1-1 on the way, and it just missed the outside corner, ball 2. Fastball at 93 from JJ. Astros scored first. Bourne walked, stole second, went to third in a fly ball, scored on a Berkman ground out in the first inning. There's a ground ball fair down the right field line. Bourne can run. Let's watch him go. Cody Chase has scored the corner as Bourne pulls in at second with a leadoff double. That ball hit the seats that jut out and run toward that foul line rather than going all the way down into the corner. Had it gotten into the corner, maybe a triple for Bourne. Marlins seem to have caught a break there, but Bourne is aboard. He snaps an 0 for 10 with this leadoff double in the 6th. Now Jeff Keppinger comes up. So the Astros got that run in the first. The Marlins came back with 4 in the 5th, all against Bud Norris. RBI single by Gabby Sanchez. A suicide squeeze bunt dropped down by Josh Johnson. Cameron Maben, an RBI triple. Then a Keppinger error, allowing the 4th run to score. As Keppinger, the hitter, takes low for a ball. Astros got a run right back in the bottom of that 5th inning. A 2-out solo home run by Humberto Quintero. So 4-2 the score, bottom of the 6th. Bourne can motor at second base. JJ checks the runner. Long hold. Now the 1-0 pitch. Keppinger chases a pitch down in the dirt. JJ threw him the slider, got him to go after one out of the zone. I don't know if you had the opportunity to experience a Marlins game from the beach zone yet. Maybe this is the year. It's located next to the Marlins bullpen. Includes 3 hot tubs, food and beverages, and a one-of-a-kind experience at a Marlins game. So check it out. Call 305-626-SAVE or go to marlins.com. Find out more about the beach zone at Sun Life Stadium. Kicking a fake towards second. JJ looking to keep Bourne honest. Johnson about to throw his 80th pitch. The 1-1 to Keppinger. Dips downstairs. Marlins looking to get to 9-6 with a win here tonight. If they win this game, they'd stay a half game behind whoever wins in Atlanta tonight, the Braves and Phillies. They're in the 9th, 2-0 Philadelphia. Long look back at second as Bourne extends the lead. Now the 2-1 to Keppinger, fastball that missed a little bit inside and low. So 3-1 to Keppinger. Marlins bullpen's been quiet all night, still quiet. JJ went 6, his longest outing last time out, Thursday against the Reds, beat him 10-2. Pitching into the 6th, nobody out with a 2-run lead here tonight. 3-1, Keppinger watches, low ball 4. Josh hadn't walked anybody since the first inning when he issued a pair of walks. That's his 3rd walk in this one shy of a season-high opening day against the Mets. So Keppinger jogs to first, Bourne is at second, and here's Lance Berkman. The go-ahead run comes from the plate. Berkman 0 for 2 in this one. 1 for 6 since being activated from the disabled list yesterday. But he's knocked in 3 runs. 3 ground ball outs, 2 last night and 1 tonight. Bringing runners in from third base. Baker out for a quick word with Josh Johnson. First base coach Bobby Meacham met the base runner Bourne halfway between first and second during the timeout. Offered some instruction to Bourne. Keppinger the tying man at first. Berkman, the switch hitter, bats left-handed against the right-hander Josh Johnson. Pitch on the way, inside, ball 1. JJ misses with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Ten pitches, only 3 strikes so far in this 6th inning for Johnson. Runners lead from first and second, still nobody out. The 1-0 to Berkman in the dirt. A terrific stop by the catcher Baker. Sliding to his right like a hockey goaltender. Was able to short hop it and save that one from going to the backstop. That would have put the tying man in scoring position. Crowd comes to life here in Houston. 2-0 the count to Berkman, who was born at second, Keppinger at first. Still nobody out in the sixth. Pitch on the way, and it's low for ball 3 with Lee on deck. Now the bullpen gets busy. Left-hander Dan Meyer is up. The right-hander begins to loosen as well. And maybe Tim Wood, who pitched last night. 3-0 swinging. Hits one on one hop to third. Hanley has it. Can't tag Bourne. Instead goes to second. They get the force out. Now Bourne hung up between second and third. Hanley is running at him. Flips to Josh Johnson. Johnson and Hanley collide, but finally Hanley gets the... No, they call interference. They call interference. They're going to award Bourne third base. It looked like it was Johnson and Ramirez who collided, not Bourne and Ramirez, but the third base umpire, Dana DeMuth, gives Bourne third base.
I think the second base umpire is going to go talk to him. It wasn't Bourne that was in the collision.
No, well, it was. Hanley and Bourne did get tangled up. Hanley and Bourne did get tangled up.
Okay.
Bourne was dead to rights. But Hanley and Bourne did get tangled up. They got the call right. So it's a fielder's choice. Berkman is at first. Keppinger is out 6-4. And Bourne goes to third on obstruction. So the Marlins get one out of the play. Double play in order here with the big slugger Carlos Lee coming up. A walk and a fly ball to center. Only 6 hits in 53 at-bats. 1 extra base hit, a double last night, no RBIs. Bourne at third, Berkman at first, and the pitch is outside ball 1.
There's another case where sheer speed created havoc on the base paths. The Marlins got themselves in a rundown with one of the fastest runners in baseball, and they couldn't tag him out.
Well, he stayed alive in that hot box for quite some time. And then finally, it wasn't him running into Hanley, it was Hanley running into him. And the Astros catch a break. Now the 1-0 Johnson to Lee, way outside, ball 2. Well, one of the things they teach base runners, when you get caught in a pickle like that, if you find a fielder in the baseline, maybe nudge him a little bit, you'll get that call.
Run into him, sure.
But that's not what Bourne did there. It was Hanley who, after making the flip to Johnson, was then coming over to cover third base, and he ran into Bourne. 2-ball pitch. Slider tried to hold up, but he went around. Lee had 2 hits on opening day against the Giants. Since then, 4 out of 49. Batting in a big spot here. Johnson the 2-1. Checks the swing, takes high for ball 3. And this goes to the point you were talking about with Freddie Gonzalez. The fact that Lee is 4 for his last 49 doesn't make you feel very good right here. More RBIs than any outfielder in baseball since the start of 03. Batting with men at the corners and 1 out. The 3-1, it's a fastball to knees for a strike. Lee started from first base. When J.J. needed a strike, he fired a fastball past Lee at 96 miles per hour. Lee has not knocked in a run yet this season. 53 at bats. Payoff pitch, line drive, he's knocked one in now. Base hit left field. In from third, Bourne. Up to second base goes Berkman. And on Lee's first RBI of the season, the Astros are back within a run now at 4-3. So the interference play looms large. Marlins should have had Bourne out. Instead, he was at third, scoring the base hit by Lee. Pitching coach Randy St. Clair now out to talk with J.J. Well, the Marlins led this game 4-1. The Astros a single run in the 5th, now a run in the 6th. They've got the tying man at second. They've got the go-ahead man at first. Our broadcast tonight being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by Lauderdale Infinity, the only Infinity dealer on the east side of town. Crowd alive. By the way, Roy Halladay did finish it out. He went the distance, 2-0. The Phillies have beat the Braves. Halladay, a complete game, 5-hit shutout at Turner Field tonight. He's 4-0 in 4 starts. Here it's 4-3 Marlins, bottom of the 6th. Berkman at second, Lee at first. Hunter Pence stands in, first pitch swinging. Pops one foul, off to the right, strike one.
It is 9-inning complete game. You mentioned no runs, 5 hits. He walked 1 batter, struck out 7.
Roy Halladay is stepping up in a big spot for the Phillies, who had lost 3 in a row. Checking the runners. There goes the runner for third. The pitch is the ball. Baker's throw, and out at third base. Berkman caught stealing. Berkman just back yesterday from knee surgery, gunned down, trying to steal third base. He was the tying man already in scoring position with a good RBI man, Pence at the plate. And it wasn't even close.
That's a poor decision by Lance Berkman.
The Marlins will take the break. Lee wasn't running. He's still at first. 2 down now. Here's the 1-1. Johnson to Pence outside and low. By the way, the Phillies, they won that game, Dave, but where's the offense? 1 run in the last 2 games against the Marlins, 3 last night, and only 2 tonight. So 6 runs scored in their last 4 games.
Jason Worth knocked in a run with a double.
2-1 to Pence. Driven to center. Backing up on a Maven. Has it measured. Makes the catch. Drifting toward right center. And the inning is over. But the Astros get a run. They do it on 2 hits and a walk. They strand a man. And we head to the 7th now in Houston. Tight ball game again. The Marlins 4, the Astros 3 on the Marlins Radio Network. Well, the Astros just keep battling back. No matter what the Marlins do, the Astros keep pecking away. And they're now back within a single run, a 4-3 game as we head to the 7th in Houston tonight. It'll be Cody Ross get things started against the right-hander Wilton Lopez, who pitched the 6th, allowed a base hit, got a double play ball, faced only 3 men in the inning. Bottom third of the order, Ross, Sanchez in the pitcher spot too against Wilton Lopez, the right-hander out of Nicaragua. Only 8 Nicaraguan pitchers have ever appeared in the big leagues. Lopez is one of them as he starts Cody off with strike 1. Really need to get Cody going again. He struck out both times tonight. Just 2 out of 18 on this road trip. Well, those Crawford box seats in left have to be rather inviting for Cody, who fouls one off his foot, and he'll hop up that first base line a little bit. In a 2-strike hole now against Lopez, and in a little bit of pain. Saw that one down off his right foot, the back foot. Cody was 0 for 4 last night. Hit into a double play. It's been a rough visit to Houston so far. Lopez the 0-2, and it just got rougher. Called strike 3 over the outside corner. That's strikeout number 6 for Astros pitchers tonight. Norris fanned 5 in his 5 innings. Lopez with his first K. Here's Gabby Sanchez. Gabby an RBI single to get the scoring started in that 4-run 5th inning. All the Marlins runs came in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Sanchez, fastball up and in, ball 1. You're going to want to be there for the next Marlins Family Sunday, May 2nd, a 1:10 ball game. The Marlins and the Nationals will close out their 3-game series at Sun Life that day. 1-0 is a strike call to Sanchez. First 5,000 kids on May 2nd will get a Chris Coughlin Kids Cap, courtesy of Jiffy Lube. And after the game, all kids can run the bases in Diamond Dash. Call 1-877-MARLINS or go to marlins.com for your tickets. Rip and a miss by Sanchez, 1-2 now. We had a tense ball game here last night. Had a tense 2-0 game in Philadelphia on Sunday. It's not even the end of April yet. No more fingernails. 1-2 pitch. Gabby grounds one foul down that third base line. Marlins have played so many close games already this season. A lot of 1-run games. A lot of 2-run games. Can't take much more of this. Sanchez watches outside and low. Count goes to 2-2. Brett Carroll has moved out into the on-deck circle with J.J. due next. Two to Sanchez in the air to right center. Bourne on the run, says I've got it, and onto the warning track. That ball carried. That ball just kept going. He was able to make the catch in front of the Astros bullpen in right center field. Bourne covers so much ground out there. Gabby going the other way, hit that one onto the warning track. But 2 outs. Here comes Brett Carroll now to pinch hit. Haven't seen BC in a while. He's 5 for 13 to start the year with a homer and 2 RBIs. This is first at bat as a pinch hitter. So J.J. is done after 6, leaves on line for a victory here tonight if the bullpen can make this 1-run lead stand up. First pitch to the right-handed batter, Brett Carroll, is outside from Wilton Lopez. Ball 1. Well, the Marlins had Chris LaRue and I think Burke Batenhop up in the bullpen. LaRue was up earlier. Looks like the hopper now as Carroll takes ball 2 away. The hopper has become a very important pitcher in this Marlins bullpen. He's pitched his way into that role. Nobody on, 2 outs, 2-ball pitch to Carroll is taken for a strike. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Marlins. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Astros. Each team has stranded a couple of runners in this ball game. Now time called by Carroll as Lopez took too long. We're at the top of the 7th, the 1-run Marlins lead. Pitch to BC, popped up, foul ground, first base side. It's going to make the seats. Top of the order, Cameron Maben waits on deck. 1 more between the Marlins and the Astros tomorrow night. Then we go to Colorado for the weekend. Got a 2-hour time difference when we go to Colorado, so it'll be a 9:10 first pitch Friday night. We'll play at 8:10 Saturday night and 3:10 South Florida time Sunday afternoon. We'll close out this 9-game road trip. 3 cities in 10 days. 2-2 again to BC. Swing and a miss. Lopez pumps his fist as he strikes out Carroll and heads back to the dugout with a 1-2-3 7th inning. So we've reached the 7th inning stretch here in Houston. The 7th inning stretch presented by the Dominican Republic Ministry of Tourism. The Dominican Republic has it all at the stretch at Minute Maid Park tonight. The Marlins 4, the Astros 3 on the Marlins Radio Network. Well, these days when the Marlins have a narrow lead heading into the 7th or 8th inning, it's time for Burke Batenhop and the Hoppers out there to pitch the last of the 7th in Houston tonight. 4-3, a 1-run advantage for the Marlins. Batenhop, who has been on a roll, will look to make it hold up right after we pause for station identification on the Marlins Radio Network.
You're listening to Marlins Baseball on WAXY South Miami. This is your Marlins station, 790 The Ticket, a Lincoln Financial Group station.
Burke Batenhop coming off potentially the 2 biggest relief appearances of his major league career. First in a ball game against the Cincinnati Reds in Miami. That was last Wednesday. Struck out 3 in 2 no-hit, no-run innings for his first big league save. And then Sunday, what a performance against the Phillies. With a 1-run lead, coming on relief of Nate Robertson in the 7th inning, 2 men aboard. He got Placido Polanco and Chase Utley to end the 7th. Then he got Howard, Worth, and Francisco in order to get the Phillies in the 8th inning. Terrific performance by Burke Batenhop, who fires ball 1 down and into Pedro Feliz, the former Philly. Batenhop works quickly, offers the 1-0 now, and it's in there for a strike called. The numbers for Batenhop this year to this point, terrific. This is 6th relief appearance, a 0.93 ERA coming in. The 1-1 to Feliz. Chopped foul off to the left. In 9 2/3 innings, Burke Batenhop has allowed only 3 hits and a single run. He's walked only one. He struck out 8. Opponents hitting .097 against him. 3 hits in 31 at-bats. Might have heard Burt Badenhop on Marlins on Deck yesterday, brimming with confidence. 1-2 to Felice. Took something off, just missed away. 2-2 now. And really feeling good about the confidence his manager, Freddie Gonzalez, is showing in him. Now the 2-2 to Felice. Bounce on the left side. Hanley into the hole to field it. From the outfield grass. Long throw to first on a hop. Safe at first. Felice on a close play. Hanley went a long way to his left. Really shouldn't have had a chance to throw the runner out, but Felice doesn't run very well. It was a close play. But Felice beats out the infield hit. So that's how this 7th inning starts for the Astros. And now Kaz Matsui coming up, signing man at first. Badenhop, that terrific sinker, gets a lot of ground balls. The Marlins would love one here. Cantu thinking Matsui might try to drop a bunt down. He's a terrific bunter. He's in very close at third. Sanchez holds against the runner, Felice at first. There is the bunt, and he fouls it off. Strike 1. The way Matsui ran up on that one, it didn't appear as though he was looking to sacrifice, though. Matsui was trying to drag that one up along the first baseline, take it with him. Looked more like an attempt to bunt for a base hit there than a sacrifice bunt. Matsui got down a big sac bunt, a safety squeeze bunt, brought home the tying run in the 7th inning here last night. 0-1 the count as Badenhop looks in for the sign from Baker. Now the right-hander comes set. Holds near the letters. Throws the 0-1. Matsui swinging this time, and he lashes a low-line drive foul over the first base dugout. Shoots through the stands. So Badenhop ahead in the count 0-2. The bunt opportunity most likely washed away now. Felice off to a short lead at first. He's the tying man. 4-3 Marlins, bottom of the 7th. The 0-2 to Matsui. Gets away from Baker. Pitch was down and away. Rolls toward the third base dugout. No need to bunt Felice in his scoring position. He'll go to second on a wild pitch. So now the count 1-2 to Matsui. You've got Quintero, the catcher, on deck. He's 2 for 2 with a home run tonight. Then the pitcher spot for the Astros. Still nobody out. Long look back at second by Badenhop. The 1-2 changeup just outside. No more double play in order after the wild pitch. Outfield shallow. Swung around toward left against Matsui. They don't expect him to be able to pull Burt Badenhop. 2-2 on the way, and it's chopped slowly up the first base line. It is rolling. Badenhop's going to let it keep rolling. It'll stay fair. It stops halfway up that first base line, maybe 2 inches to the left of the foul line. Badenhop wasn't going to throw Matsui out, so he let it just roll, and it finally came to a dead stop, just barely a fair ball. An infield hit sending Felice to third. So a pair of infield hits, a wild pitch in between. That was just like a bunt for Matsui. And now, here's the catcher, Quintero. Tying man at third, go-ahead man at first, Matsui, good speed. Quintero singled in the third. Hit a solo home run in the 5th. Infield a double play depth, not in. Pitch outside and low, ball 1. Nice backhanded stop by Baker, who asks for time and goes to the mound. We've just gotten an announcement from the official scorer that we've been anticipating. They had not flashed an error on that obstruction play where Hanley and Michael Bourne got caught up back in the 6th inning. They have now announced that there should indeed be an error charge there, as we had thought ought to be the case all along. There's the 1-ball pitch. It's outside and low, 2-0. And Dave, you looked the rule up in the book. when obstruction is called, there is an error hung on the fielder who interferes there. Unless, what was the rule?
Yeah, it says unless the official score, in his judgment, says the runner would have been safe anyway.
Which would not have been the case, clearly, in that case. 2-0 pitch to Quintero, big swing and a foul ball back to the screen.
Now, that was his only out. It's a scoring rule. When an umpire awards the runner an obstruction call, the scorer shall charge the fielder who committed the obstruction with an error.
There's no doubt Josh Johnson was just about to tag Bourne out when the interference occurred, so there had to be an error there. But that was the 6th inning. Right now, concerned more about the 7th inning. Tying man at third. Go-ahead man at first. Nobody out. The 2-1 pitch. Quintero fouls it back to the screen. Release the man at third. Matsui at first. Badenhoff in a jam here. Josh Johnson's game to win right now, but if the Astros tie it up, it'll be a no decision for JJ. And it would be the second time this season he would have left a game with a lead, only to get a no decision. The 2-2 to Quintero. Changeup, foul back to the screen.
Well, the Marlins saw it last night. They're seeing it again tonight. Little ball is working well for the Astros, isn't it?
Well, they've got some guys who know how to play that game. In Bourne, in Matsui, in Keppinger. Again, the 2-2. Burke Badenhoff to Humberto Quintero, and it's in there for called strike 3. Got him looking at a fastball, tailing away from the right-handed hitter. That's a huge first out of the inning. Now a double play could get the Marlins out of the inning, still with the lead. Going to get Jeff Blum to the plate to bat for the pitcher, Wilton Lopez. Blum, who had a big pinch hit, base hit here last night. Blum led off the 7th inning with a single. Came around to score the game-tying run on a Berkman groundout. Blum, a switch hitter, is going to bat left-handed against Badenhoff. With the hit last night, he's 8 for 29, hitting .276 this season, 1 RBI. As a pinch hitter, 1 out of 3. Felice third, Matsui at first. First pitch is low, ball 1 to Jeff Blum. Top of the order, Michael Bourne on deck.
Wow, bring this guy home.
2 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts for Wilton Lopez. Badenhoff is ready with Astros runners at first and third. Now he spins, tosses to first, chases Matsui back to the bag. Matsui a threat to run. 32 bases for the Rockies back in 07. Extends the lead, held at first by Sanchez. The 1-0, and Blum takes just below the knees, ball 2. Marlins 4, Astros 3. Marlins have led this game ever since a 4-run top of the 5th inning. But the Astros got 1 run back in the bottom of the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Now they bat in the 7th. They've out-hit the Marlins 6-4, but they trail by a run. Felice at third, the tying man. Matsui at first, the go-ahead man. 2-0 pitch outside. It's 3-0 now at the top of the order on deck. Dave Clark, the third base coach, walks halfway down that third baseline, run through the signals for Matsui at first. And Blum the hitter. Badenhoff out of the stretch with men at the corners. The 3-0. Taken for a strike over the outside black. 90-mile-per-hour fastball from the right-hander Badenhoff. Burke Badenhoff in his 3rd year with the Marlins. Seemingly really coming into his own in the early going here in 2010. Big spot here, the 3-1. Driven to the alley in right center field. That's big, big trouble. It's in for a base hit, in from third Felice. Matsui's going to be waved around third as Maven had trouble picking it up. Matsui's in to score. Into third, Blum. The Astros have grabbed the lead here in the 7th. It looked like Maven was going to field that ball in one hop. But he overran it. It went past him, rolled all the way to the wall. Now the Marlins have to bring the infield in. They're down 5-4. Blum is at third for Bourne. Always a threat to drop a bunt down. Didn't hear an official announcement. We'll assume a triple and 2 RBIs for Blum. Infield in very close. Pitch to Bourne. Outside, ball 1. Yet another reminder, no matter how well you're going, this game can turn things around for you in a hurry. Burke Badenhop having a rough go of it here in the 7th. Blum at third. The 1-ball pitch to Bourne. Down and in, ball 2. We talk almost every day about these resilient Marlins. How about the resilient Houston Astros? They were 0-8 to start the year. They came into this series having won back-to-back games, 3 out of 4. They came from behind to win last night. Coming from behind to grab a late lead here tonight. 2-0 pitch. Bourne shoots one down the left field line, but it's slicing foul into the seats. I thought when that ball went out to right center field and Hitt took that one hop, I thought Maven was going to cut it off and Matsui would get to third but wouldn't score. But it got by and rolled all the way to the wall. Matsui scored. Blum ended up at third. The 2-1 Badenhop now to Bourne. A high strike, 2-2. Fans don't like the call. It is a triple officially for Blum. A 2-run pinch hit triple to give the Astros lead in the 7th. 2-2 to Bourne, low, ball 3. Badenhop has been so good this year, but the Astros have broken through against him here in the 7th tonight. So JJ won't win it, and Bud Norris won't lose it. It's up to the bullpens now. 5 runs on 7 hits for the Astros, 4 runs, 4 hits for the Marlins. 3-2 to Bourne. Swing and a miss. He got him to chase. Bourne went after ball 4. Badenhop with his 2nd strikeout in the inning. And now he goes after Jeff Keppinger. And if you're Burke Badenhop, certainly you're disappointed. You've allowed 2 runs, but you need to continue to battle here. You need to get out of this inning and give your team a chance to come back, still only down a single run. That's a huge strikeout with a man at third and 1 out. Keppinger is 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. 0 for 5 in the series. He'd been a very hot hitter before the start of this 3-game set. Right-handed batter. Badenhop's first pitch to him missed inside. Keppinger's played for the Mets, the Royals, the Reds, and now in his 2nd season with the Astros. Making his 4th start at shortstop tonight. He started 7 games at second base. The 1-0. And he takes a strike to the knees over the outside corner. Marlins led 4-1 after the top of the 5th. 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 here in the 7th. Back come the Astros. 5-4 Houston. Blum at third, 2 down. The 1-1 to Keppinger. Bounce back up the middle to his right. Ugla. He fields it. Throws on to first for the out. And Badenhop escapes without any further damage. But the Astros get a 2-run triple from pinch hitter Jeff Blum. We go to the 8th. Houston back on top now, 5-4 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Into the 8th inning at the top of the Marlins batting order, and they really need to get something going against Brandon Lyon because the Marlins are now once again down by a run, this time 5-4. They were down by a run after the first inning, 1-0. Scored 4 in the 5th, and the Marlins have that 4-1 lead erased by the Astros. So now 5-4 Houston here in the 8th inning, and Maben will come up. He tripled and scored in the 5th inning and knocked in a run. Brandon Lyon picked up the 28th win of his career last night with a scoreless inning against the Marlins. He came on and worked the 8th inning and got the side 1-2-3, retiring Coghlan Ramirez, and Cantu. He's back out there again tonight. Brandon Lyon, a right-hander. Maben in there, right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Maben shows bunt. Bunts at first base side. It is going to run foul. Brandon Lyon from Salt Lake City. Born there anyway. Makes his home in Utah, Santa Clara, Utah. Waiting for Maben to come back to the plate. Brandon Lyon started his career in Toronto, pitched for the Blue Jays in 01 and 2, the Red Sox in 03, Arizona from 2005 until 2008, through 2008, was with the Tigers last year. Lyon, right-hander, fires away, gets it on the outside corner. Brandon Lyon, 30 years old, in his 9th big league season now. Gets ahead on Maben, 2 strikes. The pitch. Cameron takes way outside. He did not chase that. That's a good thing. It was a ball. 1-2. Looks like the Nationals have come back against the Rockies. Here comes the pitch. Maben swings and misses on a high fastball. Might have been a breaking ball. Down on strikes. Lyon's been a closer. He'll pitch this 8th inning like he's trying to close the game. See, Colorado had a 3-0 lead. It's now final. Washington wins 6-4. The pitch. Swung on, missed by Chris Coghlan. Coghlan 0 for 3 on the night. Tyler Clippard, the winning pitcher, working out of the Nationals bullpen. 0-1, the count on Coghlan. Lyon works. Coghlan swings, misses, strike 2. Milwaukee leads Pittsburgh 7-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs over the Mets 6-1, bottom of the 7th at Citi Field. Dodgers lead Cincinnati 12-6, bottom of the 7th inning. Cardinals 3-0 over Arizona, just underway out in Phoenix. Foul ball back to the screen. In the final scores, San Diego beat the Giants, and the Phillies beat the Braves. Roy Halladay going the distance in a 2-0 win. Pitched a 5-hitter. Details on those games and all the American League action coming up on our post-game show. 2-strike pitch to Coghlan. Lyon delivers. Coghlan gets tied up. Swung and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brandon Lyon. That'll bring Hanley up in a 1-run game. Mentioned earlier tonight, Hanley's lone home run so far this year came in Game 2. Hit one off John Maine at Citi Field in the second game of the season. All of the other numbers are good for Hanley, but he has not really been able to get things going in that power department. He's 0 for 3 tonight. A ground out, a pop-up, and a fly ball. Hanley stands in a 1-run game. And the pitch. Hanley swings, pops it up, high into the air, right center, coming over. Pence falls. He's got it. The inning is over. Nothing across for the Marlins in the 8th. 5-4 Astros on the Marlins radio network. Chris LaRue comes on to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. Lance Berkman will be the first one up here for the Astros. Astros trying to make it 2 in a row. If they win tonight's game, they will have won 5 of their last 6 after dropping 8 straight to start the season. For Chris LaRue, his 3rd appearance, no decisions. He's worked 3 innings, has given up 1 run, 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 1. In the 3 innings he has worked so far. Big, tall right-hander from Canada, Chris LaRue. On the hill for the Marlins, Berkman, Lee, and Pence coming up for the Astros. They lead 5-4, have out-hit the Marlins 7-4. Another game to go in this series tomorrow night. Anibal Sanchez against Felipe Polino. Then it's on to Denver.
Got to keep this a one-run game. This is a big inning for Chris LaRue. Got to keep it a one-run game. Lindstrom up in the bullpen.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be tough enough, but a one-run game. Here's Berkman. He is 0 for 3 with an RBI with a ground out in the first inning. And he takes ball one from Chris LaRue, the 25-year-old, 6'6", 226. Actually, 26 years old now. LaRue delivers. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. LaRue threw that pitch up there 95 miles per hour. There is no questioning the fact that LaRue has a big arm and good stuff. What he has not had to date is command, consistent command of his pitches. He deals down and in. Ball 2, 2-1. Up through the Marlins system. Drafted by the Marlins, 7th round in 05. Here's the pitch. And he had Berkman out in front, who went around on the pitch. Strike 2, 2-2. Berkman steps out. Our broadcast is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by Lauderdale Infinity, the only Infinity dealer on the east side of town. The pitch to Berkman, swung on and missed. And he pumped one right on by Lance Berkman. Took something off the pitch, had a little wrinkle in it, and struck him out. That's huge. Now here's Carlos Lee. He has walked, flied out, and singled. His base hit produced a run in the 6th inning, his first RBI of this season. Carlos Lee, a player who's got over 1,100 RBIs, just picking up his first in game 14. First pitch strike to Carlos Lee, right-hand batter. The pitch. And Lee hits a hard one-hopper off Hanley's glove as he dove for it. And the ball shoots out into center field, and Carlos Lee is aboard with his second hit of the night. A rocket off the dive and attempt by Hanley. Just did get some leather on the ball, enough to slow it down and steer it out into center field. So the Astros have a runner. Hunter Pence, the batter. He's grounded out twice and flied out once. That's hit number 8 on the night for Houston. They're up 5-4. LaRue from the stretch deals. Misses low, ball 1 to Pence. They've gone to the 11th inning at Fenway. Texas 7, Red Sox 7. Rangers 7 hits, Boston 7 hits. Here's a 1-0. Pence checks his swing. That pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. Chris LaRue up briefly with the Marlins last year, 5 games. Does not have a major league decision. Here comes a 2-0 pitch, and Pence pulls it foul on the ground. That'll hit the railing and get on into the Marlins dugout down to our left. So Chris, with 3 appearances this year, 5 last year, tonight pitching in his 8th major league game. Double play depth on the infield. Boy, that would help. There's a throw to first base. Lee back to the bag. Pence, a right-handed batter. Born over in Fort Worth, grew up in the Arlington area, went to Arlington High School. 27 years old, went on to the University of Texas at Arlington. Here's the pitch, and a foul ball back. An outstanding athlete, baseball, football, and track and field star in high school over in Arlington. And last year batted .282 and knocked in 72 runs. Trying to get on track this year. He's only hitting .176 right now. The pitch to Hunter Pence, up high and a ball. He was their second-round pick in the 04 draft. Three balls, two strikes. Pence gets back in. There goes the runner. The pitch to Pence, grounded to the left side. To his left, Cantu. Nice pickup. Throws to first for the out. Trying to go to third as the runner leads. And he is safe at third base. As soon as Jorge committed that throw to first, Lee kept right on going around second and headed to third.
And to his credit, Hanley got over there. Hanley was circling behind Cantu on the ground ball, and he went directly to third base to try to take that throw, but he was a moving target for the first baseman Sanchez, and he couldn't quite handle the one-hop throw.
So a runner at third with two outs. And Feliz, the batter, 1 out of 3, had an infield hit in the 7th inning. Now bats again in the 8th. The pitch to Feliz, ground ball, foul, left side.
Some aggressive base running from El Caballo.
Well, who was it that got thrown out earlier with over-aggressive base running in the 6th inning?
Here you're up a run at least.
That was a good piece of running because Caballo recognized at the moment he took the aggressive turn at second, there was nobody at third base. So he knew there was an opening, and he got in there.
And here you're doing it trying to extend the lead. In Berkman's case, you're trying to come from behind at that point.
Yeah. 0-1 on Feliz. Strong right-hand hitter. Swings here, pops it foul, back out of play. Two out in the bottom of the 8th. 5-4 Houston. And Chris LaRue, the third pitcher of the night. Josh Johnson went 6, gave up 3 runs. Bert Badenhop worked the last inning, number 7, gave up 2. Here's the pitch. And out in front, fooled by the off-speed pitch. Feliz goes down on strikes. And LaRue strands Lee at third base. We go to the 9th inning in a 1-run game. 5-4 Houston on the Marlins radio network. Brandon Lyon worked the perfect 8th inning. Lopez gave up 1 hit. Their bullpen's been terrific. Lopez gave up 1 hit. Nobody got the second. That was Dan Uggla's single in the 6th. Then he got a double play ball. He only faced 3. He faced 3 more in the 7th, got the side. Lyon got the side in the 8th inning. Now here we go in the 9th inning. Jorge Cantu to bat, and Matt Lindstrom on the hill. His first pitch to Cantu. High fastball. Lindstrom with his 3rd save of the season here last night. That's his 3rd save in as many games, too. Up against the Marlins. Lindstrom sets, delivers a pitch. Foul back. Good cut by Cantu. 1-1. That was the first time when he picked up a save last night, made it 3 saves, 3 appearances. First time in his career he's picked up saves in 3 consecutive games. 3 consecutive team games. Lindstrom at 1-1. Always out of the stretch. Delivers. Cantu lines the ball to right field. Base hit and extends his hitting streak to 15 games, 19 going back to last year. A 9th inning leadoff hit from Jorge Cantu. The tying run is on for the Marlins, and Dan Uggla will bat, and he's been on base 3 times tonight. A walk, an infield hit, and a solid single to left. So the Marlins have something going here against Lindstrom. Lindstrom's worked 6 innings, has 8 strikeouts, and hasn't walked the batter. That comes to the plate, and it is taken, and a strike called on Dan Uggla. Dan now hitting .345 here in the month of April. 2 for 2 and a walk tonight. John Baker on deck. At first base, Berkman on the bag, holding the runner there, Jorge Cantu. A check by Lindstrom. His pitch, down and in to Ugla. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dan. Dan steps out, takes a look at Joe Espada, who goes through a series of signs, a count 1-1. The left fielder Michaels shades to left center, so does Bourne, the center fielder. Pence plays deep to right center. A ball and a strike, and Lindstrom is ready. His pitch, outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
These next 3 hitters all saw Lindstrom last night. Ugla led off tonight to get some grounded to short. Baker on deck singled against him last night. Then Cody Ross grounded out.
Matt Lindstrom, 30 years old now. Checks his runner. Cantu, the pitch to Ugla. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That fastball is down in the zone, 92 miles an hour. Lindstrom, who pitched for the Marlins in 7, 8, and 9, 15 saves for the Fish last year in 54 appearances. Cantu steps off the lead, shortens it a bit. Here's the pitch. Ugla swings, hits a high fly ball to right. Going back a few steps, Pence makes the grab. Cantu waiting halfway, returns to first base. Ugla's out on a fly ball to right. 1 down in the 9th inning. Marlins trailing by a run. Our broadcast is brought to you in part by Simple Green. Use biodegradable, non-toxic Simple Green to keep your gear clean. Simple Green cleans at the speed of light. The catcher Quintero was out to visit with Matt. Back behind the plate now. Lindstrom to the plate. And a called strike on John Baker. Bake struck out in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 5th, hit into a double play in the 6th inning. Cardinals with an early 3-0 lead out in Arizona against Edwin Jackson. The pitch on the way, and it's fouled off at the plate. Details on all the games coming up post-game on the 10th inning show with Glenn. Throughout our broadcast, out-of-town scores are brought to you by Corona. Kick back and relax with an ice-cold Corona and lime. Relax responsibly. The scoreboard imploring the fans, some 22,000, to get loud. 0-2 on John Baker. Lindstrom's pitch. Baker takes low and outside. The Marlins stay at the Westin Galleria. It's attached to the huge mall, the Galleria. The other day, Matt Lindstrom on the off day was doing some shopping, picking up some suits he had ordered, ran into manager Freddie Gonzalez, had a chance to exchange pleasantries with Freddie. Here's Lindstrom's 1-2, and a ground ball back to Lindstrom. Throws to second, 1 over to first, 2. Game over. Baker into a 1-6-3 double play. No runs, a hit, nobody left. And just like that, Lindstrom puts an end to it. And the Houston Astros have won 5 of their last 6 games, including 2 straight over the Marlins in this series at Minute Maid Park. 5-4 Astros. Back with the totals in a moment on the Marlins Radio Network. Be here for the Back here to look at the totals on the game for the Astros. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 4 left. For the Marlins, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 2 left. And a 5-4 Houston win. They've made it 2 in a row over the Marlins. Wilton Lopez in relief, the winning pitcher, his first decision of the year. Burke Badenhop tagged with a loss. He is 0-2. Matt Lindstrom with his 4th save and 4 consecutive saves for Matt Lindstrom. The Astros have won 4 straight. He's saved them all. They have won 5 of the last 6, and their record is now 5-9. The Marlins fall to 8-7, 1 over with this loss. The Marlins got behind early, 1-0, staged a 4-run rally in the 5th inning on 3 hits and an error and a walk, and had a 4-1 lead. And it got away when the Astros came back again, scoring a run in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and then in the 7th inning, a 2-run pinch hit triple by Jeff Blum coming off the bench. And Jeff Blum is the Stanley Tools 5-tool player of the game. That turned the game around. The bullpen for the Astros was terrific. Wilton Lopez, the winner, 2 shutdown innings. Brandon Lyon, a perfect 8th inning. Matt Lindstrom gave up a hit to Jorge Cantu. The Marlins had some hope with the tying run at first base, the go-ahead run at the plate. But Dan Uggla flied out. John Baker hit into a 1-6-3 game-ending double play, and the Astros win 5-4. Tomorrow night, to try to stop this, Anibal Sanchez will be on the mound against the Astros, and Felipe Paulino will be on at 7:35 with Marlins on deck. 8:05 first pitch. Wish we'd had some better news for you tonight. Looked good for a while after the Marlins took that 4-1 lead. But again, the bullpen unable to hold. In last night's game, in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings, the Astros scored a total of 5 runs against the bullpen. And tonight, in the 5th, 6th, and 7th, the Astros scored a total of 4 runs. And 3 of those were against the bullpen. Final score once again, the Astros 5 and the Marlins 4. Dave Van Horn saying so long for now. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show with Glenn Geffner next right here on the Marlins Radio Network.